Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers and subscribers, at the channel we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because it saves lives. That is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives on this channel. We at this channel aid criminals, their financiers, their supporters, enablers, and the likes with a passion, and we do not want them over here. Yes, let us repeat ourselves. We do not want any criminal supporters over here. Please, we do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes, or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you, the criminal supporters, enablers, financiers, and all the likes, to go to prison or madness. Let me repeat myself. We are the Jamaica Young Police channel. We do not want the criminal supporters and their circle over here. We want you to go to prison or madden. Moving on to our video. Yes, so right now you're looking at your LCD and you can see where to your right, that is Comrade Duppy Police, and he's on this channel. This man that disrespect the Commissioner of Police every day, and he's a regular contributor to that man's channel. Yes, Wayne Uglesom's channel. The man who failed police test 7 times, wanted to be a police officer, could not pass the police test because you know that he's not witty. So Duppy Police, yes, Duppy Police has been a regular on this program, and he's the same one who has imparted certain information to this blogger. Yes, Wayne Uglesom, not so smart. You understand, the rat from England who inform on a lot of his friends and send them to prison, and then trying to validate that he's not a rat because he's a criminal supporter. We know that the biggest informers in the world are criminals. You understand? Because they know what each other has been doing. But this policeman, he's not a detective because he's not smart. As someone from in my community of Waterford said that this man, yes, this former detective, because he's not smart. They're telling me that when he was even on interdiction, when he's one on suspension for killing the cops up in his Kingston, he was on the campaign trail too, wearing his PMP hat and logo and stuff with gun. You understand? Because he was a bodyguard for Danai Williams. In 1993, this man and other police officers, including Donovan O'Connor, they tried to kill the late Edward Seaga at Maverly High School. And we're going to tell you all about it, because you know that in the police force, when you're a PMP LGBTQ plus activist, because my entire 97% of my time in the police force, it was on a PMP LGBTQ plus government. And once you're a comrade, they protect you because they love the corruption. I can tell you that. He has done a lot for the PMP LGBTQ plus party. So on Tuesday, March 30th, 1993, Corporal Duppy Police, that is Clifford Coleman, former detective Inspector Donovan O'Connor, and other police officers from Flying Squad, tried unsuccessfully to disarm the opposition leader Edward Seaga's bodyguards at Maverly High School because they wanted to kill Seaga. Yes, these police officers, detectives, wanted to kill Seaga, and this is one of them, Corporal Duppy Police, Clifford Coleman. Even residents of Maverly had sent message identifying him even since the news broke of Corporal James in Uwenden, the former chairman of the Police Federation and the PMP LGBTQ plus activist in uniform, people have identified this man on several occasions, and they're like, Mr. Porter, you need to make the world know that this man tried to kill Edward Seaga. He had pointed gun at his bodyguards, and he was shouting profanities in the schoolyard. He and Ox and other police, other detectives, and it was soldiers and Portia Simpson Miller who had to came there and tone it down. This policeman, he was the real aggressor. And they are saying, well, since the police force is cleaning the force now of political activists, you know, this one supposed to be on the chopping block too. Yes, and the reason for them saying that too, even before we go any further, and this is a message to Corporal Duppy Police, Clifford Coleman. We're not going to do anything right now to you when you come on to the State Department in your drug trafficking thing with the cocaine, because you had admitted it on the call. Yes, that you were involved in the coke dealing business, and that's how you were shot by the Klansman gang members, because you were a part of it. We know that cocaine, once it is exported from Jamaica, it's normally go to the United States of America. So we just wait until they come here for you or members of your family to tell the American government, American law enforcement agency, who you sell the cocaine to in Jamaica that you had stolen from the Klansman gang, and who transport it to America, or who you sell it to in Jamaica. Because in Jamaica you feel that you're a king. So when you come here, you'll have to answer to Uncle Sam. We're not going to make them take away you and your family visas through the State Department. We'll wait until you come here. Because we know we love America, you know. You understand? So we continue. That's the only thing we have to say to you. And you sending threat to me, you're just an idiot, because number one, you can't shoot. So if you want to put yourself out there and you want to do that, you know, be my guest, but make sure you have your ID on you, because you cannot shoot. You can't shoot cops. You're an idiot. Big belly, you know, cool. So we'll continue the journey. So on Tuesday, March 30th, 1993, Corporal Duppy Police, that is Clifford Coleman, and former Detective Inspector Donovan Ox O'Connor and other police officers, they tried unsuccessfully to disarm opposition leader Edward Seaga bodyguards at Maverly High School at gunpoint, Kingston 20. So the reason why they were doing that is to show that their political alignment and affiliation to the PNP LGBTQ plus party. And on several occasions, Duppy Police boasted that, you know, he at one time, you know, he make Seaga squirm and he was going to kill him and boast, because you know that's how they are, you know. So he was boast all the time how he tries to, you know, he wanted to kill Seaga, and he know that if he had killed Seaga, he'd be like an hero. Can you believe? Yes, so that's the Jamaican #1 Duppy Police killer. Yes, he's not a Duppy maker, he's a Duppy killer. So meet Duppy Police, that's Corporal Clifford Coleman of Traffic Headquarters. He only dirts Duppies. So we'll continue the journey. So this man, so the police officers reportedly taking a tip-off, believed the bodyguards was armed and dangerous. However, the bodyguards were armed to the teeth and the police officers could not disarm them. The incident sparked a political controversy, with Seaga accusing the government of trying to assassinate him then. Yes, because all of these people, you know. So you see right now what is going on with Corporal James. This is something that has been going on in the police force from the 70s, and it's still going on. And yes, and we at the Jamaica Young Police, we are rooting for the commissioner to get 3 more years, because at first it's the first time we are seeing publicly in the 21st century outing an active comrade in the police force who have done nothing but to dishonor the Jamaica Constabulary Force and bring it into disrepute. And we see that the corrupt former Minister of National Security, Peter Bunting, who will never ever become a minister of government anymore. That man is evil to the core. So they are the one that's destroying the police force, you know, as what they did in the 70s. And this commissioner of police, we have to applaud him. And there's no reason for this commissioner of police to do any investigation about revealing the things about Corporal James. Corporal James should be kicked out of the force more than 15 years ago. But we know that the former commissioner of police, Adil Lewin, we know that he was a comrade and he was given an instruction to protect this man because he was a PMP LGBTQ plus activist. I don't know who gave Corporal Clifford Duppy Police Coleman permission to be on this man's channel, Wayne Uglesom's channel, as a regular contributor. I thought that you need permission from the Commissioner of Police to be on any social media or commentary. And you know that this man Uglesom has been nothing short of being disrespectful to everyone, to even Lisa Anna. And look at the man, you know, that's why his name is Uglesom. But as we told you before, and we continue to say, when we are through with Uglesom, he's going to live under a bridge. I can promise you that. You understand? So at the time, the PMP LGBTQ plus government under the leadership of PJ Patterson, that was when the first election he was running, yes, the government denied the allegation and said the police officers were doing their jobs. When they stick up, you know, the security team of Edward Seaga and wanted to disarm them because they want to kill Seaga. So the incident led to the call for independent inquiry into the conduct of the police, but nothing happened because SSP Garnet Daly, yes, that senior superintendent of police Garnet Daly, who was the man in charge of CIB headquarters as his flying squad, made the case disappear in thin air, and the police officers were never held to account for their illegal actions. So that's how it's going on when you're in a police force and you're a member of the PMP LGBTQ plus party, an activist or supporter in a police force. The PMP protect you at all costs, like how they protect James. And James should have been kicked out of the force more than 15 years ago. So this man is at no longer overtime, but borrow time. So some people are talking about the commissioner of police, they need not to go back there. No man, they need to go right back there and get rid of this man out of the police force. And they need to dismantle the police federation. And those who are talking about which one, they are idiots. They are all immoral and depraved mind people. This man was a criminal in uniform, because on one God's earth you're going to report sick, wearing PMP shirt, PMP hat, PMP wristband and everything, and you're a police officer. Police officers are not supposed to be involved in politics. And I hope that they arrest and charge all of them at the police federation with fraud. All of them. Not as every one of them. Charge them for fraud to account for the $200. Make them sweat and dismantle and the police federation. Not only that, just peg the police federation, just peg member of the police force raise up here with the permanent secretary. Disband the federation. And we're gonna do a video on that. So here and some additional details about the incident. The police officers involved in the incident were members of the CIB headquarters flying squad unit, a particular unit of the Jamaica Constabulary Force that, you know, normally respond to, you know, serious crimes and tracking down criminals. They scrap that, you know, the PMP, they scrap that, you know, division. I don't, you understand, the effectiveness that, because they used to be effective but not as eradication. So the PMP make sure they eradicate eradication in 1994. That is right after PJ Patterson won the election. They appoint the first soldier, that's Colonel Trevor Macmillan, and he started to dismantle the police force. And that's how we reach right here. So Seaga visited Maverly High School, focusing on the electoral process and ballot boxes. Member of Parliament Portia Sims Miller had to intervene because of what the police officers has done. Pointing the gun at the opposition leader and shouting profanity. That's the man right there. Detective, you know, former detective, Duppy Police, you know, Clifford Coleman, a PMP LGBTQ plus criminal enabler and supporter. Yes, and you know that we expose him as a notorious liar. Yeah, you know them always say coolly liar, and not true. This one I want a harass liar. But him not even know if he tell lie. He even tell lie upon Danai Williams. Say I visit Danai Williams. What a man wicked. Man, he first lie that he tell upon Danai Williams. I judge how many more him tell lie on him. You understand? So the police officer ordered Ozzy to drop his weapon, but Ozzy refused. You understand? No shots were fired during the incident. Seaga was not injured. The police officers never suspended from duty. No independent inquiry was conducted in the incident. And Garnet Daily let the file disappear, just like that. No accountability. That's how it is when the PMP in charge of the government. So you can see they have their surrogates everywhere to create problem, because they cannot win election fairly without violence. So they use violence and intimidation, make people afraid to go on to the ballot box. So that's what they are trying to do. And then they were trying to use the Corporal James and the Federation to make the Jamaican government bow to them. I hope the Commissioner of Police submitted the information about James and his family to the US Embassy, so them take away their visas. Yes, all of them, every one of his family member, and to Canada and England. Let them visit there virtually, because anything, the same thing with Dopey Police too. Anything that these people are doing, you have to make them accountable and punish them. You understand? So, however, Seaga, he was detained by PMP and People's National Party police supporters in a polling cluster at Maverly, Northwest St. Andrew, during the 1993 general election. There had been a report of irregularities in the polling division, as the police decided between the incumbent GLP candidate Derek Smith and the PMP candidate Dr. Jeff Ford. Seaga was detained for more than 2 hours at the Maverly school after alleging that persons traveling in the convoy attempted to remove 5 ballot boxes from the voting centers. Reports at the time were that a large group of voters confronted Seaga and his heavily armed bodyguards and denied them exit from the compound. So that group of people they are talking about were the police officers. Yes, that's him, Corporal Dopey Police, that is Clifford Coleman, is, yes, a PMP cop, arrested and charged twice with 3 counts of murder, and 1 involved a dead corpse. So selective condemnation from Wayne Uglysom, a man who claimed that he'll love ghetto people, but not the ones here are PMP LGBTQ plus police officer. Yeah, you can't kill, and you can't kill any ghetto youth and him won't condemn you, because you're PMP and you're carrying bask in water. And this is the same man who told Wayne Uglysom that ACP Gary Mackenzie is a rear admiral. I didn't even know that, and we were cadets together. So this man is a dangerous man. So tempers flares, and police personnel brace for an escalation of the tension. Yes, so the police now, them start become boisterous and demand that the GLP vehicles be searched for ballot boxes. Soldiers on the scene close the gate and surround the compound with Seaga still inside. Jamaica Defence Force helicopter overhead with military reinforcement, while the deployment of police arrived from Mobile Reserve Unit. PMP President Portia Simpson Miller arrived on the scene and diffused tensions. Seaga was released upon the intervention of a team of policemen, which include legendary Cornwall Biggerford. So Biggerford was one of them who came there and made them back off. Yeah, Coleman, Ox and the other them from CIB headquarters, so back off. So the Director of Election did not count the disputed votes in the particular polling division, resulting in 29% voter turnout, the lowest in the constituent history, with Smith. Yes, so it was the lowest voter turnout for the constituency. So the constituent history, with Smith 2,311 prevailing by 81 votes over Dr. Ford 2,230. There were 15,492 persons registered to vote. Seaga's bravery, although some political critics call it stupidity at the time, was again demonstrated at a nomination center at Kingston College 2A North Street campus at the height of the 1989 general election, his last year as Prime Minister, he headed a team of JLP supporters that turned up to nominate candidate Oliver Baptiste, his protege, around 11 o'clock when a group of PNP supporters earlier came to the scene in support of their candidate, former Kingston Mayor Ralph Bourne. Within seconds, both sides get into a fracas and the limited police and armored personnel, the police personnel at the scene grapple with controlling things. In a last-ditch effort to bring stability to the process, the security forces start firing barrage of shots that lasted around 30 seconds, and as supporters of both sides, journalists and election officials scattered and took cover. Seaga boldly kept walking around the school, oblivious of the danger unfolding so close to him. The man born at the Evangeline Booth Memorial Salvation Army Hospital in Boston, USA, who came to Jamaica at 3 months old, still joke about the incident today. I always say that if you can hear the gunshots, you are okay. It's when you can't hear them that you are in trouble, you remark. Hey boy, heading easy, the blind. So once you hear the gunshot, then you're alright. Ultimately, Brown won the election, 7,627 votes to great 5,758 votes. Though concerned that crime in the western end of the capital city has the potential to get out of control, Seaga does not believe that it will reach previous levels. There are signs that it is beginning to happen, that crime will run away again, but it won't reach the stage it was before, with many of the leaders of the gangs out the picture. Most of the leaderless have leaders at that small level, so you will only get a little planned activity. When I was there, I was able to manage the situation, just having a status that was very well respected. People wouldn't do what they knew I did not want them to do, and if they did, they knew I would bring in the police. I invited the police to come in, but they never did. I don't think there is any fear of things returning to where they were in that era, Seaga predicted. These days, the most revered political leader of West Kingston, who started West India record, later named Dynamics Sound after he sold it to Byron Lee, does not get too involved in the political affairs of the constituency, as he readily admit that there is a new member of parliament, Desmond Mackenzie, whom he described as one of the youngsters who came up under his tutelage and has since honed his skills. Aside from being head of the broader Premier League Clubs Association, Seaga remained president of the Tivoli Gardens Football Club, as well as head of the basketball and netball clubs in the division, continuing a legacy in sports from the days when he represented Wolmer's in 7 sports and played 5 while he studied at Harvard later. How would he like to be remembered in West Kingston? Seaga said, "The people always ask me this question, and every time I have to think about it because I was in the era, someone there to uplift the people. That was my first goal in doing so. The standard of living has improved. When you look at Tivoli Garden, it's a model exercise of urban renewal, and if the harmful elements hadn't eventually carry out on their criminal activity over there, it would be a model that people would come here to see because it have every facilities you can think of, and those facilities are what the people need." So I was to a certain extent a caregiver and to another extent planner for their future and their children's future. And I certainly was a developer because I developed the whole Tivoli Gardens and part of Denentown, which were able to remodel into a modern type of facilities, Seaga stated. So that is what the man said that before, he died. So that was Seaga's word. So Seaga is telling you what happened when he was, campaigning in 1993 general election. That this man that you're looking at right here, Corporal Clifford Duppy Police Coleman, who's at traffic headquarters, he was one of the police officers who wanted to kill Seaga. Yes, and he boasted about it on several occasions. That he wanted to kill him because this man is a PNP LGBTQ plus activist. This is a man who thinks like a criminal. He doesn't think as a police officer. And if you listen to all of his commentary on Wayne Uglyson, you listen to him, this man, not only that he's illiterate, but he doesn't sound like a police officer, he sounds like a criminal. Our police officer is going to call someone informer, in which police officer is supposed to be a person. As a police officer, is supposed to be of that kind of character that embrace people who are willing to report criminal activity. But this man is the kind of police officer that denounce informer based on his rhetoric and his analysis that he gave to Wayne Uglyson's channel. So that goes to show you that the man have no form of decency about him. So this man, I don't know what this man is doing in the police force when he is nothing but a criminal enabler and a criminal supporter. Yes, this man is a criminal enabler and a criminal supporter. So, Corporal Clifford Police, Coleman, he has no, Dopey Police should not be in the police force. This man is a PMP activist. Comrade Corporal Clifford Coleman. Yeah, Dopey Police boast on several occasions that he was going to kill Edward Seaga at Maverly High School in 1993. And I don't know what give him, and because Garnet Daly, the man who was in charge of flying squad, CIB headquarters at the time, Garnet Daly was and is more than a PMP, LGBTQ plus activist than Michael Manley. Remember at one time, Garnet Daly's police, remember at one time, it is reported that police had found some M16 rifle when Colonel Trevor Macmillan was commissioner of police. Illegal guns. And they said that these guns were tied to the senior police officer, Garnet Daly. But nothing come of it. I don't know. The investigation just died on because the PMP were in power. You know that if you're corrupted, the PMP party would use you. Use you. I wasn't a corrupt police officer, so they could not use me. They did not like me. So that's why I got transferred from Clarendon to St. Elizabeth. Because the former brigadista, Orius Daly, wanted me to do his bidding to protect the criminals in the constituency. You have people. So when they say that the police force is stuck with PMP LGBTQ plus activists, it's not a lie. It's true and it's factual. Because I can tell you that when I was stationed at Craftsville, Clarendon in 1990, thereabout. When I was at Craftsville in 1990, there were warrants at the police station for people in the 1980s. Yes. And none of these warrants were executed on these people, all because they were PMP LGBTQ plus supporters. As a young police officer and, energetic, loved, patriot, I execute the warrants on these people that were wanted for carnal abuse, rape, and all kind of things. And I execute them. Some people now start to run away because they're like, this policeman who is at the police station, he's arresting people, that warrants have been there for years, over 10 years. There's no statute of limitation when it comes on to crime in Jamaica. If you commit a crime even 100 years ago, you can be arrested in Jamaica. You understand? Once, it was properly reported at the time and everything, then the police supposed to do their job. But because a majority of the police officers who were sent to that police station, they were all PMP and LGBTQ plus supporter. So they did not care about the rule of law. They care about their party and to protect their party voters. That's how it is in Jamaica. So right now what we're seeing, we see that Comrade Clifford, Dopey Police Coleman, he wanted to kill Edward Seaga on March 30th, 1993 at Maverly High School, Kingston 20. And a man like this should not be in the police force because he's a PMP LGBTQ plus supporter. Remember, this is a man, And, the State Department, don't worry, Mr. Dopey Police. You're talking about you want to see me. And when you see me, what you want to do and what you're going to do. Your threat don't even move me because you're an idiot. You're one of the duncest police. Remember that when we were at training school, you feel we have three exams, elementary, intermediate and final, and you fail intermediate big time because your grade was like 53. You fail intermediate I don't know who help you when you redo it and you take it. I've never redo any exam. So you're talking about people dunce. Check your IQ. Because even listen to when you speak, you only can express yourself by using foul language. Because your IQ is limited. You're dunce like a butt. That's why you shoot. That's why you shoot at cops right in front of everyone and arrest and charge for murder. Because you're an idiot. You're talking about people idiot and have mental problem when you are the biggest fool. All they do is talk stupidity. Boast about how many people you kill. As if boasting about killing people, as if that gives you a second life. That doesn't stop, that it's not going to stop you from dying. You're still going to die one day. You're such a stupid fool. Number one, boasting about killing people is only low IQ people do such thing. I live in a country where the people that kill the most people in the world, they don't talk about it. You understand? And the last one was George W. Bush, the president, the former president of the United States of America. And they don't boast about killing people. But on the fools like you, because you think as as a little corner boy. You're a corner boy police, comrade. You understand? You spent 9 years bodyguard in Danai Williams. You're nothing but a PMP lackey. You understand? And yes, and we have the photograph of your house, and we'll forward it to the relevant agency. You understand? We want to know where your corporal salary get to for you to do that kind of work, although it's not completed. You're a disgrace to the police force. A PMP LGBTQ plus activist, and you and Rowan James should not be in the police force because you're both PMP activists. I have seen you in the presence of George Flash and Tony Brown and Danai Williams with my own eyes. You in the company of Danai Williams, George Flash and Tony Brown, two of Jamaica's most wanted men who kill a government official, and I have seen you in the company of both men. You're not a police officer, you're a political activist, a drug dealer, a coke robber, and a coke dealer. So we know that the coke that you had robbed and sold, we know more or less it's supposed to reach to the shores of America, and they will get to the bottom of it. We at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, we do not support political activists who are in the police force. We don't. And we'd like the Commissioner of Police to clean up the police force of these political acts who are in it. We know that the Jamaica Constabulary Force is full of PMP LGBTQ plus supporter, and we are very proud of this Commissioner of Police. We didn't support him because he's not coming from our rank and file, but based on what has transpired since, yes, we are edging for him to get 3 more years. Let all the other people in them stay there and retire as Deputy Commissioner. Give the Commissioner of Police, as long as his party is in power, keep him there. Yeah, we're not here. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.